March of the Machine Aftermath spoilers have finished, and here are my top 5 favorite legends from the set. Starting off with Nissa Resurgent Animist. 3 mana for a 3/3 elf scout with landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, make a mana of any color. Then if this is the second time the ability resolved, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So the first part is it's kind of like a Lotus Cobra, being able to make mana for lands entering, which is already a pretty powerful card. But then, if you play a fetch land, you're able to get that second trigger, which makes Nissa really good in any elemental or elf deck. But I kind of like the tutoring aspect as well. Let's say the only elemental you have in your deck is Nyxbloom Agent, then whenever you crack that fetch, you're always going to grab Nyxbloom, or whatever other elemental or elf you want. You can kind of make a hidden commander in the 99 of any non-legendary elf or elemental, and I love hidden commanders. It's super fun. This is a really interesting card, and I'm sure it'll show up in the 99 of many elf decks and elemental decks, and hopefully in the command zone as well. The next commander I want to talk about is Narset Enlightened Master. Jeskai in 1 for a 3/4 human monk. Creatures you control have prowess, which includes herself, and whenever Narset attacks, exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than her power from a graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So this works phenomenally well with other monk like Monastery Mentor, who's able to go super wide, and then giving all your prowess monks an additional instance of prowess makes them super dangerous. Going wide with Narset is going to be a surefire way to knock out the table. Quick rules note, if you cast, let's say, an artifact with Narset's ability, because she exiles it, and then you cast a copy, the copy becomes a token, it does not count as creating a token, so effects like Anointed Procession won't double that up. Regardless with Narset, there's so many things you can do. You can play big enchantments like Rage Reflection to make all those prowess creatures double up their damage. She's going to hit really hard. Watch out for this card. Another really awesome commander is Omnicholas Captive Kingpin. 4 mana for a 4/3 demon with flying and trample. Whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, put a counter on Ob, and exile the top card of your library until your next end step, you may play that card. I think this commander is sneakily really powerful. If you build around that effect, it is so easy to trigger so many times. Think of cards like Pestilence. Every time you pay 1 black into it, it's going to hit each opponent for 1, which is going to trigger Ob, making him even bigger and essentially drawing you a card every single time. You also got things like Revenge of Ravens. Because Ob doesn't say damage, it says life loss, you can use this effect to make it hard for people to swing into you without a huge Ob blocking them. And then cards like Mana Barbs are disgusting in this deck. Each time an opponent taps a land for mana, you're going to impulse draw and put a counter on Ob. With Flying and Trample, he's gonna knock someone out really fast. Ob seems like a really awesome build round that plays a lot of janky niche cards, and I absolutely love it. My second favorite is Karn Legacy Reforged, a 5 mana colorless golem with power and toughness equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. And at the beginning of your upkeep, add a colorless for each artifact you control. This can't be spent on non-artifact spells. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Oh my god, this card is amazing. Personally, I'm gonna play him in a pretty high power stacks deck. With cards like Static Orb, you're able to just generate mana off of your commander, ignore your lands not tapping, and play out your whole hand. And then you can ramp into big taxing artifacts like God Pharaoh's statue. This, with a Static Orb in play, is brutal. Karn's gonna be a devastatingly powerful commander if built around correctly. Also, I probably need to get a second copy to throw in my other artifact deck, because he just seems so good in almost any artifact shell. And my number 1 favorite commander from the set, Niv Mizzet Supreme. Wuburg for a 5/5 dragon avatar with flying and hexproof from monocolor. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly 2 colors has Jumpstart, so you can discard a card to cast it and then exile it. This card's amazing. Where do I even begin? So just like the Niv Mizzet Reborn, you're going to want a lot of 2-color cards, although Supreme's going to want more instants and sorceries than Reborn's just generic 2-color stuff. And then I'm thinking about playing some self-discard effects. Bone Miser is a really good one here, being able to discard a land to make mana to then cast the instant in your graveyard, or even discarding instants to power themselves. Oh, so good. I can't wait to bring to light for Niv, and then jumpstart my bring to light back to cast another 5-mana spell. Niv Mizzet Supreme is going to be a super fun commander. So those are my top 5 favorite commanders from the new set. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. And what do you think about these mini sets in general? Do you like them or dislike them? Would you like to see Wizards make more? I'm really curious. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more.